oversized this character, and so I used a chrome balloon for the head, 350s for the body, and 260 for his blaster. So, but in today's tutorial, I'm only going to show the smaller version. This I would do for a delivery piece. It's very cool being bigger, but for line work, I would obviously twist the smaller one. So we're going to go ahead and move this over here. And all right, what you'll need for this design is a 5-inch round. You can use, this one is a silver. You could use a chrome, but you'd have to really shrink it up because the chromes don't come in the smaller sizes yet. Let's see here. And you're going to need a black 260 for his upper part of his body, a mocha 260 for the lower part, and then the chrome 260 for the gun. Oh, looks like I didn't pull one of those out. Okay, so to build the body is very simple. You're going to inflate a 260 about 3/4 of the way so that you have about this much left. Go ahead and tie a knot into that. Now, normally I would make a hand with a small loop twist and a pinch twist for the wrist to angle it. But since we're attaching his hands to his hips, I don't want excess balloon there to get in the way. So we're going to make a small hand, about a 1.5-inch bubble. Send that nozzle through to secure that. We're going to bring the arm up, give it a bend so that it has some bend, natural bend in the elbow. You can shock twist it by doing that. And then with that small V, I'm going to make his shoulder, which is a small pinch twist. Give that a turn a couple times. We're going to come down and make the torso of his body. So if you look at the way your body is, if you want to do measurements, the way I learn is it's all proportions. So the torso needs to be in proportion to his arms. So if you look at your own body and you look at where your hip meets up, it's about just below your elbow. So we're going to do the same thing here. And so with that, we're going to make 2 pinch twists at the base here. So that you've got this. Now we're going to make a triangle shape because we're going to give him a triangle torso. You're going to match that height up to this shoulder. Twist that off. Make a pinch twist. But you've got this coming across here. Come across to the other shoulder. Secure your balloon around this so that you've got an arm and his torso. Now you're going to bring the balloon back over to the right to the other shoulder so that you've got this. We're going to finish it off by making the same length of his other arm. We're going to give that elbow a bend to shape that. Measure it off right about there. Give it a pinch twist. And now, before I do that, I want to give this a little knot. Oops. We gotta fix that. Okay, so no problem. Just inflate another portion of that. Actually, I needed this other 260 because we're going to do this this cross member there. So we're going to finish that off. So wrap this around just to secure that. tie this around. We're going to match that off. Oh wait, bend this first. Do a pinch twist, actually a loop twist for his hand. That's what's happening. Okay. And we're going to break this off. Capturing this and tying this off. Like so. Okay. Secure that through, pull that nozzle through. All right, now you've got this. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and add the bottom of his body, his pants and his boots. So inflate this, again, about 3/4 of the way. Now what I did for his boots is I'm going to give a little bit of some length to this nozzle before I tie it. The reason why I'm doing this is I don't really want to make a pedal twist for his boot. I want it to be a flat, solid surface. So what I'm going to do is make the size of his boot, which will be about 2.5 inches long, followed by a pinch twist. Then once we have that, I'm going to take this tether and I'm going to pull it back to the heel. Wrap that around a couple times so that you have this nice looking foot or boot. All right. Then I'm going to make his legs, which should be about twice the length of his body. Not quite, but you're going to just eyeball it and look to see if that looks right. I think that looks good. So I'm going to wrap this around his torso. I'm going to bring the leg down and match it up so it's even. Make another pinch twist for the back of his foot. And measure off the 2.5 inches for the front of his boot. I'm going to break that off with a long tether, tie that off, and then pull that back so that you have this. Believe it or not, we are almost done. Now, to fill in this gap, I'm going to, let's see here, I need to just take a balloon and I'm just going to, for some reason this balloon blew up from the other end. So we're going to tie this off, and I'm going to make a small, about 1.5 inch bubble, measured off by about the same size. And, oops, goodness. Sometimes your black balloons are going to be your first type of balloon to go. They're going to start smelling. So don't be surprised if you've had your balloons for a while. The blacks seem to degrade the quickest as well as the clears. But if they start smelling and start sticking together, they're kind of on their way out. So we're going to go ahead and fill this gap by placing this 2 bubbles inside the center. And then you're going to take the remnant, the balloon nozzle, and wrap it around to secure it. There we go. Okay, now we're going to secure his hands to his waist as if he's kind of doing a pose like this. So we're going to take a remnant and tie it around his waist. You're going to grab one of his hands and grab it, but not too firmly. We don't want to put too much tension on his torso, because you don't want the arms in there too tight. So once you've secured that, go through. You're going to reach over to the other side and secure this hand into the body. So that you have this. Okay, we'll adjust some things later. Now we're going to go ahead and attach the this head. So I'm going to add another piece here. This is going to be this cross strap here where he's got his armory, his bullets, his extra bullets. So I'm going to let a little bit of air out. I'm going to attach this cross member to the top of his shoulder. Bring this down to where his hand is. Just have it snug up against the body. Wrap that around. Get rid of this excess. Tie this off. So that you have that, okay? Believe it or not, I can actually twist this fellow pretty quickly. Now, to attach the head, what I need to do is make a means for me to attach this to the body. Right now, there's a gap here. There's nothing to attach it to, and this spacer here is blocking me from running a tether down to his waist. So in order to fix that, I'm going to take this strap, wrap it around, gently around his shoulder, and stretch it across over to the other side. Cut off the excess. And now I'm going to take this balloon and attach it by tying a knot to that piece I just added, the center of the body, so that I can attach his head. Like so. Okay. There you go. Now we're ready to go ahead and start affixing his stickers. So I want to show you that I have created a sticker pack for you for this guy that has, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 separate shapes on here to make this Mandalorian. So again, we're going to do the face. I'm going to remove the first 2 layers, like so. I'm going to, you don't have to worry about whether or not it's pointed forward or not, because you can always rotate the head. So just going to massage on the features. So I'm going to start at the top, and wherever there's a curve on the sticker, that is what will release it easiest, as opposed to a pointed tip. So I've just released that. I'm coming down. You're going to work your way around. It's fairly simple and easy to do. Again, you just want to catch it. Once you catch it, you're just going to gently remove. And again, if something is not sticking right, you can always peel and release and reposition. So I'm just doing that, just making sure everything is laying flat. And there you go, we have the artwork for there. Now, it looks like he has a bank of bullets down on the lower part of his leg on this side. Then he has a patch, some kind of strappy thing that he's got on the upper part of his thigh on this side. Then you've got 3 bullets across going like this. Oh, and then a single bullet. I think they're bullets. I don't know if it's bullets or cartridges. Going on the upper part. And I'm just eyeballing this. Then he's got some kind of special white crested thing you can put right there. Then he's got something that goes onto his belt buckle, it looks like. So I'm going to put that down here. There you go, we're almost done. And he's got a brown patch on one side. Now I've put some relief cuts into the patches so that they fit better. So I'm going to lay this down where the cuts are not on. And so you can see this, I have some little cuts right here. And then just flatten these cuts down, and that helps to form it to your balloon. There we go. We're going to apply the white one to the opposite arm. And you want to do that about evenly. So we're going to do the flat side where there are no cuts, and then flatten those on there. Got an extra set of bullets if you want. You could throw them, I don't know, you could throw them up here, I guess, if you want. So, let's see, did I get everything? Oh, and then he's got a couple of, I don't know, vest patches or something like that. So I'm going to put the left one, and that just goes onto the balloon behind it. And then a right side. Like so. And there you have it. And then the gun, oh, I pulled a gold, let me get a 260 silver. So you can either put a nozzle tip on the edge there, at the end there, or not. The way I do it is I make a small bubble, push that in. You're going to go past the bubble on the inside of it, grab it with your other hand, and twist it up, oops, so that you're capturing the bubble. So let's try that again. Small bubble, force that into the inside. This does definitely take some practice. Push that in, grab it, slip your thumb out, twist it so that you capture it, so that the bubble is on this side, and then when the bubble's on that side, this is not going to come undone. Then I'm just going to elongate it, make 2 pinch twists. And then a small bubble, another bubble, spin those around, squeeze this out a little bit. I'm going to wrap this around these 2 bubbles. This is just a stylized gun. It's not actually accurate to the one that he's using. It's just that this is the easiest way that I could create a gun in my mind. And then the rest of it will be for where the pistol grip. And then you'll just attach, it's kind of a big gun to it, but if I had stretched out the balloon, you could have gotten more of a 160 look for the gun. So I would just attach the gun with a glue tab, and then that way it doesn't distort its shape. So that's it.